So friends, very good evening. Once again I am here with another important topic. That is why this topic is too much important, because in this topic we are talking about functions of the tubules like PCT, DCT, loop of Henle, ascending and descending limbs of loop of Henle, and collecting duct. So if you understand the functions of these tubules bit by bit, so you have to know, or you have to understand about the mechanism of all kind of mechanism of in the related excretion. So first one is role of proximal convoluted tubules. So friends, about 80% of the glomerular filtrate produced is reabsorbed in PCT. So the filtrate in PCT is isotonic to blood plasma. There is an active tubular secretion of creatinine and some foreign substances also in PCT. So with the tabulated forms we talk about two parts. When you will make the table, so table divided into two parts. One part substances in glomerular filtrates, already little bit discussed, and second part or second half is substances reabsorbed in PCT get back into blood capillaries. So it is too much important what substances reabsorbed in PCT, okay, and what substances are the part of GFR, glomerular filtrate, GFR, not GFR, glomerular filtrate sufficient. So substances in glomerular filtrates are glucose, amino acids, vitamins, hormones, mineral salts like sodium, potassium, calcium, chloride, water and urea. So because in PCT reabsorption takes place, so which type of substance reabsorbed? So you listen. So total amount of glucose, most of amino acids, all vitamins, hormones, 70% of sodium, 75% of potassium, large amount of calcium ions. All these till large amount of calcium ion. All these are reabsorbed with the help of active transport. You always remember that here active transports required energy, okay, and rest of 75% of chloride ions, 80% of water and 50% of urea by reabsorbed passive diffusion or passive osmosis, okay. So this points mean to say that here substances reabsorbed in PCT which get back into the blood capillaries are essential part of or essential functions of these tubules, proximal convoluted tubules or PCT. Did you get? Second one is role of loop of Henle. So the basic functions of loop of Henle is concentration of urine, also leads to increased sodium chloride concentration in the medulla region so as to extract water from the collecting tubules to make the urine hypertonic, so more concentrated than blood. It plays significant role in the maintaining the high osmolarity of medullary interstitial fluid. In descending limb of Henle's loop, permeable to water but almost impermeable to electrolytes like sodium and potassium. And ascending limb of loop of Henle, impermeable of water but allows transport of electrolytes, sodium and chloride actively or passively. So in this way, these are the functions of Henle's loop. So third number of tubules is distal convoluted tubules or DCT. So there are these are the regions where sodium ions, distal tubules are the regions where sodium ions and water are reabsorbed against the concentration gradient. In exchange of sodium ions, potassium ions are excreted in urine. As sodium ions are actively transported, chloride ions move out passively from the filtrate and are reabsorbed. The reabsorption of water is regulated by ADH released from the posterior pituitary gland. DCT is also capable of reabsorption of bicarbonate ions and selectively secretions of hydrogen ion and potassium ions and ammonia to maintain the pH and sodium potassium balance in the blood. So these are the functions of DCT. And the number 4, role of collecting duct. So what are the function or role of collecting ducts in the kidney? The cuboidal epithelium of collecting duct is permeable to H2O but not to NaCl. So this duct takes the filtrate towards the renal medulla for the second time. So for the second time, and the filtrates becomes more and more concentrated as H2O is lost to interstitial fluid. Also later, part of collecting duct is permeable to urea. So the leaking of urea in interstitial fluid is responsible for high osmotic concentration of renal medullary interstitium at the collecting duct regions. So it's play a role in maintenance of pH and ionic balance of blood by selective secretion of hydrogen ion and potassium ions. So in this way, we will discuss about 4 types of tubules in kidney. First one is PCT, proximal convoluted tubules. Second one is DCT, PCT, and second one is roles of loop of Henle, and third one is DCT, and fourth one is collecting duct. So friends, write down a questions here. What are the differences between proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubule? So first we will talk about or discuss about the points of PCT. Okay, so first point of PCT, it's the first convoluted tubule of a nephron. Second one is it transport glomerular filtrate from Bowman's capsule to descending limb of loop of Henle. Descending limb of loop of Henle. Okay. Third point is 80% of glomerular filtrate is reabsorbed, which includes total glucose, amino acids, 70% of sodium chloride and 80% of water. Fourth point of PCT is no under the control of ADH. ADH do not play any important role in the regulation of function of PCT. Second, distal convoluted tubule, first point, it forms the later part of the nephron. Second point, it's transport renal filtrate from the ascending limb of loop of Henle to collecting tubule. Third point, it's regulate the amount of salt, water and pH of blood by selectively reabsorption and tubular secretion. Fourth point, ADH controls the reabsorption of water and salts. So friends, in this section we will talk about the functions of 4 tubules: proximal convoluted tubules, loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubules and collecting duct, and one questions with answer: differences between PCT and DCT.